Yeah, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's class. I'm just having just two people that have joined. Um, we are going to start when we get to 10. This is 8:15. This is 8:12. So by 8:15, I'm going to start official. So if you can hear me, just type yes on your chat box. You can hear me, just type yes. Yes. Just type yes in the chat box. Use the chat box. Just type yes if you can hear me. I'm waiting. Just type yes in the chat box if you can hear me. I'm waiting for you guys. If you can hear me and you can see my screen, just type yes on the chat box. Just drop yes on it. Let me know that we guys are together. Let's do that fast, please. Just type yes if you can see my screen. Okay, Joshua said yes. Who again? If you can see my screen and if you can hear me, just type yes. One other person. I still need somebody else. Joshua said he can hear me and he can see my screen. Let's make it a habit of responding to live chat so that I'll know that you guys are following. Are we together? Okay. Without wasting so much of our time today, we are going to be talking about alignments and some design principles. We are going to be looking at some design principles today. Last week, we, last week we discussed about the difference between UI UX and how to go through those of you that missed the last class. So now today we are going to be working on shapes. Okay. Last week we did how to use our tools, how to use our tools box. So without wasting so much of our time, we are going to be working on X alignments and we did contrast last week as well. We did contrast. So today we are going to be talking about alignments, then how to make some simple buttons, how to make use of some simple buttons. Let's go back to our file. The last file is bootcamp. Okay. Okay, okay, good, good. So this is let's use this. So how many of you here is the system? And how many of you tried the work I gave? How many of you tried the assignment that I gave? If you know you tried the assignment I gave you, just type yes, I tried it. Yes, I tried it. Just tell me yes. Let me see those that submitted the assignments that tried it. Let me check it out. I'm going to be doing the assignment together. Only two people submitted. Who submitted? Joshua and Ido. They are the only two people that submitted the assignments. Okay, let's check out what let's check out what this person did. So we are going to be doing the assignment together, then we move into the next. We are going to be doing the assignment together. Let's open this person's own and see how and what the person does. Okay, okay, wow. Okay, okay. Okay, this person tried. That's a good one. That's a good one. Let's check out this. If you can't hear me, just drop it on your chat box. If you can't hear me, drop it on your chat box. Just use the chat box. Let's communicate with the chat box, please. Yes, I tried it. Oh yes. I think this should be just fast work. Let me open this one. It's still loading. It's still loading. What happened? This one is taking time. Okay, it's loading. Wow. 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 This is actually what I was expecting. This was what I was expecting. Wow. Let me see. What is this? Mayor. Okay. This is literally what I was expecting. This is what I was expecting from. Okay. So we are going to be doing this together again. Let's do the assignments. Let's take it together. Let's take it together. Let's take it together. So so the first one I said, let's create a design file and name it SDH Bootcamp. Create a file and name it SDH Bootcamp. It's just the same thing as you are going to create something like this. Is where you see name. This place that where you see name, you just change it to SDH Bootcamp. This is what I want you guys to do. Then let me delete all of this. Then the next thing, number two, create 5 shapes. I say you should create 5 shapes. So I'm creating the 5 shape. This is one, fill it with color. This is another shape. Another shape. This is another shape. This is another shape. So for some of you that are just joining us that don't really know how to create this shape, this is what we did. Now you look at this toolbar down here, you're going to be seeing different pencil tools here. So when you click on this third one, are we together? So if you pick rectangle, you can click on rectangle or you just press R. It will show something like this. Then just double click and drag to whichever length you want. You can see I'm dragging it. So let me just leave this one here like this. So now for you to fill your color, you can just come to this place, this field. If you're in last class, if you missed last class, you can just go back and watch the last videos. You see how I taught you guys how to fill your shapes with color. So let me fill this one with, yeah. So let me fill it with this. So another shape that you can create is the half star. This is your shape. So you come down here and click on this. So we just finished creating our shape. And another thing you need to know is when you're creating your shape, there's what they call vector. I taught you guys last week about vector. That vector is used to recreate another shape. Let's assume this is a rectangle and you want to activate the vector. You can just double click on it. So when you double click on it, something like this is going to pop up. You see something like this is going to pop up. So you can easily, this is a polygon. I see I've changed the just rectangle just now to a what polygon. So that's what you do it. Double click on it, it will give you something like this. It will tell you vector, you see it vector. So you can just, if you have your system with you can just try it on your own as well. So you can see what vector looks like. So anyway, you just put on and points. You can just drag. You can see. So that's how you use your vector to create your shapes. So that's just exactly what I asked you guys to do. That is what I asked you guys to do for the shape part. Um, can you all hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just tell me yes. Just type yes if you can hear me. If you can hear me, just type yes so that we can move on. Just type yes if you can hear me so that we can move on. So another thing we're going to be trying again is now. Okay. So I told you guys in the assignments to create a frame and rename it my first frame. Give it a corner radius of 20. Give it a stroke color. Fill the frame with different color. That's question. Okay, question 4. They say create 5 different text, apply different font style. A different font style. So let's try it out together. Let's try it out. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this one in a frame. I taught you guys the difference between frame and section. So let's section it. Now for you to section your work, just come to this arrow bar. This arrow that there is looking like that. Click on this. You will see section. Just click on section. Then just try to cover it and just leave it. You can see this is already in section. So you can just name it question 1. This is question 1. This is just what I want you guys to do. This is question 1. Let me draw the section again. Last week I told you guys that frame is used majorly for your designs. One section is when you want to section your designs. So this is me applying section. Now let's create another. Number 5, they say create 5 different texts. Create 5 different texts. Okay, so now this is what we are going to be doing. For you to create text, there's what they call dummy text. They used to call it dummy text. Now for you to use dummy text, there's a plugin that you are going to use. It is called lorem ipsum. Lorem ipsum. Let me type it. Lorem. Lorem ipsum. You can see that my text is very, very tiny. Let me zoom. Let me zoom. Yeah. This is lorem ipsum. That's the name of. Now, lorem ipsum, generally in designing, is a dummy text. It's used to fill up space for text. Now, how to use lorem ipsum plugin? Now, right click on your system, just anywhere in your system, anyway, just right click, you will see plugins. And when you see plugins, you can click on all these one here you are seeing are the plugins I've used recently. But for you, I don't think you have any plugin here. Just click on manage plugin. Then something like this is going to open. When something like this open, just type lorem. Good. You see something like lorem ipsum. Click on it. Some of you, when you click on it, you will see save, you see run, save, run. First of all, save it, then come back again and run it. You can see that's my words. Lorem ipsum plugin has opened. Now, how do you use it? This is how you use it. You click on text. You click on text, generate text box, and you come to this place. How many sentences do you want? Is it 3? This is one I want 4 sentences. And I click. Let me zoom it very well. And I click generate. You can see automatically dummy text is going to be inside. Let me make it 50. Good. You can see this is a dummy text. This is a dummy text. Let me take it again. Now, I said if you are trying to how if you are trying to create a text, maybe a dummy text to represent something. Lorem ipsum is not really a write-up that really makes sense. It's just text representation. It is used for text representation. You want to represent a text before using the actual word. For you to do it, first of all, you need to install a plugin called Lorem Ipsum. I said it, Lorem Ipsum. So now that Lorem Ipsum, you just right click. Okay, people are following. Okay, so okay, somebody said it's lost. Somebody said it's lost. Okay, let's do it this way. I think there's somebody that just joined us in the meeting today. Just joined us in the meeting today. So how do we follow up? How do we follow up? Okay, I'll advise you go and watch the first video. Yes, you watch the first video, but for now, just be looking at what is going on. Just be looking at what is going on. I'm going to. So what we are going to be doing now? Let's me show you again how to use your Lorem Ipsum. I've told you the first thing to do is to install the plugin. Right click on plugin, then click on manage plugin. Now when you click on manage plugin, something like this is going to come up. It will pop up. Then if you can't find it, just search Lorem Lorem. You will see different Lorem, but the one I'm using is just Lorem Ipsum by DAY3. That's one I'm using. So just click off, run or save. So me, I've already installed it. So I'm just going to run it. So run it like this. Now, when you run it like this, it's going to be blank. What they are trying to tell you to select a layer to generate either placeholder. So what you just need to do is just to click on your T, which is text. Just click on this. Just click on this. Just click inside the text and put 4. That's just it. This is it. This is our text. Control. So these are our text. These are text. Like I told you, is a dummy text. Is a dummy text. I don't know. I don't know if you have tried it. Let me even know how many of you are using system to follow up this cloud. I should be. If you are using your system, just type system. Just type system on the live chat. Those of you in the chat, just type system if you are following. If you are using your system to practice while I'm practicing, just write system on it. Write type system on the chat box. Just type system so that I'll know if I'm to slow down or if I'm to just continue. So that when you have your system with you, you can just practice it on your own. Just type system. If you are using system currently to practice as you are doing, as I'm talking, you are practicing it. Just type on system on the chat box. But if you don't have any system, you can just ignore the you can just ignore. Are we together? So that means nobody is practicing with system currently. Okay. So let's move on. So I just explained how to use Lorem Ipsum. I just explained how to install Lorem Ipsum. Like I said, Lorem Ipsum is a dummy text. Lorem Ipsum is a dummy text that you can use to represent a text. So now this is the first one we just did. This is the first one. Now I've generated my text. So the question was create a text. I say create 5 different texts. So let's create 5. Let's duplicate this text. I taught you guys how to duplicate a text. Just press on your alternate key. When these two arrows is showing, just double click on it and drag to any direction you want. Press alternate key and just drag. This is for press on alternate key and drag. This is 5. So this is how it is. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just duplicated it. If you don't know how to use alternate key, you can just Control D. If you Control D, just move. When you press Control D, it will duplicate it, but it might be on top. So you have to be the one to drag it from the C. I just press Control D. But it will really show you that you have already duplicated it. You just have to just double click on it and move it to any direction you want. But that's why most times I prefer using the alternate option. I prefer using the alternate option to just drag and you know. So these are 5 texts. These are 5 texts. So we are going to be making use of 5 create 5 different texts, apply different font style, size, and give it a color. So what we are going to do now, the first one, we are going to change the first one. So let's change this first one. Now this is what you do. I've told you last week that this is how you change text, your text color and your text this thing. This is for plugins. So let me make use of I think I saw Playfair. Yeah. Let me make use of Playfair. Let me make it bold. So now the major when you are trying to create your text, the major tools we use is bold, semi-bold, medium, regular. These are the major one we use. Regular, medium, semi-bold, and bold. This extra large is hardly used, hardly. But most times we use regular, medium, semi-bold, and bold. So when you are trying to design using text, pictures of regular, medium, semi-bold, and bold. Semi-bold is not really necessary, but most times we use it as well. So let me zoom. Let me zoom so that you can see very well. Okay, I'll zoom it. So this is a Playfair. Let's make it see. Now this auto layer, this is auto. It's already in 48, so you can just add maybe from 4 to 2 to you can like start 2 to 8. So you see that it's showing 48. 48 plus 2, let's make it 50. Now this is the height. This is the height, this is the width, the vertical, that spacing, and this is the height spacing. But sometimes you can still just leave it as automatic. It's still okay if you leave it as automatic. So this one we have created one. So this one, let's change it to Prostro. Okay, let's change it to Prostro. Let's give it something entirely different. Yes, let's give it something entirely different. 30 as well. Let's make it 40. This is 2. Let's give it a color. What we are doing is just the other assignments. We are trying to do the assignment correction. Fill it. Then let's do this one again. Let's choose it. Font style. Let's give it this style. Let's give it this style. Then come down here and choose a color. Let me make blue. Blue didn't really make sense. Let me just leave it as blue. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is just what I want you guys to do in the assignment. Practicing how to use different fonts and how to give it a color. This is car racing. Let me change this size. to 40. Let's give it a color. Let's give it this color. Yeah, let's give it this color. So this one, we can just leave this one like this. So these are basically what I expected us to do. This is what I was expecting you guys to do for the text assignment. Then put it in section. I told you to section all your work. Put it in section. Then give it a name. Put it in section and give it a name. So that's question 4. So this is question 4. We just solved question 4. So let me see if you are following. Let me check. If you know you have okay system, okay, Joshua, you're using system, that's good. So please, if you know you are following, just type I'm following. Just type I'm following. I only have 2 people on the live. I'm following, just type I'm following. Just type I'm following. If you know you're following what I'm saying, so that we can continue. Then let's create number 5. They say create a frame, rename it my first frame. Okay, you're following. That's good. That's good. I love that. So now the next question for the assignment is I told you guys to create a frame, rename it, create a frame. Let's go to the next assignment. I told you to create a frame. And if you want to create your frame, either you press F and just drag. You can see I'm trying to create a frame. Yes, I just created a frame. This is a frame. How do you create a frame? I've told you. Come to this place, you will see frame, or you just press your letter F. Press your letter F. Something there you drag. If you press your F now, just move anywhere and just double click and drag. When you just release it, it will just appear. Or you just click on frame, just click on it once. Just click on frame, click on the screen. You see, that's appeared. You don't need to drag. So I've created my frame. This is my frame. So what's the next thing I ask you guys to do? I ask you guys to name it as my first frame. Then let me name it as my first frame. Yes, I just named it as my first frame. Then give it a corner radius. I taught you guys how to give corner radius of 20. So this is where you give your corner radius appearance. When it comes to appearance, you put 20 there. Let's see how it's looking now. You can see the 4 edges are now rounded, somehow rounded. Then give it a stroke different color. So let's add stroke. When you come down here, you see stroke. Click on it. Let's add a stroke. Let's add a stroke. I'm going to add blue. Add a stroke of 5. Yes. So I just added a stroke. This is how you add your stroke. Come to the stroke, click on stroke, choose color. Then this place will determine how thick you want the stroke to look like. Let me put it outside. It's a little bit outside, yes. So I just added my stroke and fill the frame with different color. Let's fill the frame with different color. Let's fill it with this color. Yes. But it's like the blue is not blue. Let's make let me make this 20 so that the blue will be visible. Yes. So let's leave it like this. Or let me put another color. Put another color. Yeah, okay. So I think I'm okay with this. This is actually what I wanted you guys to do in your number 5. Then now, let's see number 6. You are asked to create a frame and add drop shadow to it. Create a frame. I've told you how to create a frame. Just type F and just click on it. This is a frame. Then give it the say you should create a drop shadow. Let's make this a box. Let's make it like this. Let's name it drop shadow. Drop shadow. This is drop shadow. So this is where you put your effects. For you to add a drop shadow, you can just make it add this effect. Click on effects. Click on effects. Now this is your x axis, your y axis. Now the y is always at the bottom edge. Is y. Whatever figure you put in the y is going to show around the down, while the x is around all these axes here. So let's make here 6. Let's make here let's make here 6. Let's make here 8. But you notice at this point you can't really see your shadow. So you put it inside a frame. Yes, put it inside a white frame so that you can be able to see the shadow you are creating. So you can see we just created our shadow effect. This is shadow. You can see the shadow at the down. Let's come back here. Let's go back here and make some changes. Let's turn it to 4. Change it to 2. Then this blur should be 4 as well. So you see, this is x and y axis having shadows. So let's change here to 2 to yeah. So we have our shadow. And let's choose to 0, 0, 8. So you can see now this is a what shadow. The shape we created is showing. You can come and change this color if you like. You can change this color. You can choose to change the color. I've showed you guys how to change color, fill it. So this is your shadow. This is your shadow. You can just name it drop shadow effect. So this is how you create your shadow. In case you have any question, just let me know on the chat box. If you have any question, right, let me know on the chat box. Okay, you're following. In case you have any questions, just drop it on your chat box. So this is how you create your shadow effect. So the next thing I gave you guys on the assignment is number 7. Use ChatGPT, get recommended website color text on e-commerce. So this is just what I wanted you guys to do. This is what I wanted you guys to do. Go to your ChatGPT. Go to your ChatGPT. ChatGPT. Go to your ChatGPT. Now, they say get recommended website color. I need a recommended website color for color text and text style for entertainment industry. I'm just typing the question I gave you guys: industry, e-commerce. I'm showing you how to use AI to banking industry. So give me different. So it just depends on the prompt how you tell the ChatGPT to give it in different section or different sects. Let me just use different section. Let me see what it's going to bring out. Okay, great. This is great. So now for entertainment, let's copy this color. I told you to copy this color code. Copy this color code. Copy this color code. Now let's do it this way. Let's create a rectangle, a frame or a rectangle. You can use a frame or a rectangle, anyone you choose to use. But I'm using a frame. Let me use a frame. Let me use this frame. So come to the field, paste those colors. Let me paste this first one. This is one. So now this first one is what? This F115. F115 primary color. So let me duplicate. Let me duplicate it. And it's the second one. Is the second one. Let me duplicate it. Duplicate, just press Ctrl D. Then let me put the third one. Wow, you can see these three amazing colors. These three amazing colors. Now let me show you how to group. Let me show you how to group. This is how you group. This 1, 2, 3. Let's group it together. Now click on the first one. Hold your shift. Press your shift. Click on the second one. Click on the third one. You see that the three of them are being highlighted. Now you can just come to you can just right click, and you see frame selection. Just click on frame selection. You can see I've grouped these three icons in one frame. So let me name it primary color. Should I take it again? Just tell me yes. Just say yes in the chat box. Should I take it again? Please reply me in the chat box. Should I take it again? Take it again? How I grouped those three colors together. Should I take it again? Just use the chat box. Should I take that part again? Okay, let me take it again. This is what I did. Let me ungroup. Now you can see we have three different shapes, three different color. Now I want to group them together. Hold on your shift key. Now when you have hold your shift key, you can see that I've selected one already. Just still hold your shift key. Hold it and click on the second one, click on the third one. You can see I've highlighted the three. There you can just release your hand from the shift key, then right click and use frame selection. You can see I've grouped the three of them together as frame 4. So let me now name it entertainment primary color. You can see I've named them as entertainment primary color. Are we together? So now let's check out. Nobody is saying anything on the chat. That means I believe everybody is following. So now let's check The next one, what's the other one? Let's check the other one. Let's check the other color. Okay, they give us a secondary color. Let's check out the secondary color. Like I told you, when you are designing, when you are having anything to do with color, there's always a primary color and secondary color. Those two colors are the major colors that you'll be using throughout your designs. So now I've copied the secondary color. Instead of going back to start creating new shapes, what you just need to do is let's duplicate this. Let's duplicate this now. Just click on the entertainment. Then I've told you, see that I use Control D. You can see immediately I press Control D. Immediately I press Control D, it just duplicated it. So let me drag it here. That was what I just did. Let me take it again. Now, instead of going back to start creating our box, then start putting them in a frame, you can just duplicate this. How to duplicate it? Just click on this. Now, it's either you do Control D, see, or you use your alternate. I've told you, me most times I'm familiar with using this alternate key. So alternate key, just hold on your alternate key and just drag down. And just drag down. That's all. So you can just name this one as entertainment secondary color. Secondary color. Now come to the first one. Click this first one. Come to the fill. Let's see. Let's try this one. Enter. Let's click the second one. Is it second color I copied? Enter. Let's check the third color I copied. Okay, this is the third color. Simple. So this is my primary. These are my primary color. These are our secondary color. So now this primary color now can be used for maybe your background, you know, your texts. Why the secondary color? You can use this for button. Are we together? You can use it for button. For example, let me show you a typical example of what I'm trying to say. Um, let me open this site. Okay, let me open this site. Good. Let's take a look at this site. When you look at this site very, very well, you will notice their primary color is blue. See this button is blue. These texts are blue. This thing are blue. Which color is mostly used here? Definitely is blue. Then which other colors again did you think they use? This is more like blue. There is blue, there is black, black and white. Yes, those three colors are the major color they use. So most times your sites don't really need excessive color. Just make minimum of two colors, three colors is okay. The highest color that is recommended for you to use is more like three. So you can notice that this site is, let me use Jumia. Let's see what is the brand color for Jumia. It's asking me if I'm a robot. Okay, this is Jumia. Now you notice this Jumia this thing now, their primary color from main looking, you know what their primary color is. It's literally their primary color. Is this orange? Yes. The button is orange, red. They have used orange, red. What again? They use black for text. You can see when you hover on it. When you hover on it, is it here? They're not here. When you hover on it, you are going to see different color. Who's that? Please hold on. Let me check. Someone is knocking. Uh, so sorry for the inconvenience. Um, so here we have Julian and their primary color is what's it called? Yellow, maybe. Yeah, this is their primary color. This is their primary color. So let's go back to let me check what's happening in the chat box. What's happening in the chat box? Please, are we all following? Are we all following? I noticed it has reduced. Okay. So we are working on colors. So these are colors. I told you if you want to duplicate this, you can just come down and just drag it. So this one now I can just section these two. Let's section these two together. Let's section these two together. Mm, I'm not using slides now. I don't want to use slides. Let's use check section. So let me section these ones together. I've taught you how to section. So section it and name this section entertainment. Now let's do for I just duplicated this though. Let's do for let's do for this is a typography though. Let's do for e-commerce. Yes, let's do for e-commerce. So for e-commerce now, your primary color is this. You can use this. You can just use this. So let me copy the first one. Let me paste. Everybody should be able to do this thing I'm doing. Then let's copy the second one. Most of this design is more like copy and paste. That's good. So let's name this one. Let's name it e-commerce primary. Yes, this is for e-commerce. So let's duplicate this. Is that you there? Press Ctrl D, then just press Ctrl D. Then you press. Then what next? What next? What next? Let's check for the secondary color. Okay, this is secondary. This is secondary. Come here, paste. This is secondary. Copy, copy. You can see how ChatGPT have actually make design very very simple. That you don't even need to even think too much. You allow ChatGPT to do the thinking for you. I think this one should be FFF. Abi? Oh, the third one. What is this third one? D1. D1 333. Let me see. This is D1. Okay, this should be 333. This should be 333. Yes. Good. So let's name this one. Let's name this one secondary. Let's name this one secondary. Yeah. Let's name it secondary. So we are just hinting on let's name this one secondary. Okay. Yeah. So let's use frame selection. Let's use yes, section. Let's section it as let's section it as okay. So yeah, section X. This for e-commerce. Just take e-commerce. Good. So this is what I actually want you guys to do for me. You can see how beautiful it is. So when you know how to do it all, to create your color guide, there's what they call color guide style. This is what you will use to create your color style. So get yourself familiar and acquainted with this particular thing we are doing. So you can go ahead and create for which one? Which one should you create for? Which one we have not done? Banking and finance. Yes. Yes. Banking and finance. Let me drop the color combination. You guys should try this one out. Everybody should try this one out. Let me copy everything. Let me copy this one. Let me paste it on the task box. Everybody should try it out. Try this one out. You guys should try it out. You guys should try it out. Some of you already did it, Seth. I saw somebody like I think I opened this design. Yes. I think it's Mayor's design I opened. I saw him. He did something like this. Yes, yes, exactly. This is actually what I wanted. Yeah, exactly. So he tried a whole lot. You can see he used section. You can see he uses what section to to get his design done. So this is this is great. But I think okay, this for text as well. Wow. So you literally answered everything. Oh yeah, wow. This is a frame. Oh wow. This is very, very interesting. Like I love this. I love this. So I believe rest of us too can, push it. This is actually a good start. This is actually a good start. Yes. Isaac, keep it up. Keep it up. And the rest as well. You guys are trying. Yeah? You guys are trying. Don't be too relaxed. Don't always wait. That it has to be when class is going on. That's when you practice. Try to create free time for yourself to practice. That's how you learn. You can't learn everything at once on the go. At the start, you can't even learn everything while in the field. Yes, that's product design for you. You learn while you're in the field. Most of these things I'm teaching you guys, I didn't just wake up one morning and learn it. Some of those things as I'm learning, as I'm working, doing some projects, I start learning some things, start implementing other things as well. So this is how you create your to get the kind of colors because every website, every industry, they have their brand identity colors. You understand? They have their brand identity colors. So you can make use of ChatGPT to make it easy for you instead of thinking of different colors to use that will make sense. ChatGPT will help you. What I just taught you guys about how to use ChatGPT, I wasn't told how to use it when I was still a beginner. I swear. I just make use of Google and type different color. If the color makes sense. Or there's one site they used to call it color picker. If I can still remember the site. I think color yes. Yes, color picker. So that time this is what we use. We use color picker to just mix color and just get see this is how color picker works. You see. We don't want to start thinking of random colors to use that fit what we are doing. But this time around, I'm teaching you guys how to use ChatGPT to brainstorm colors. You understand? So the next thing we're going to be looking at is you guys should try do the those of you that have not tried this before, please try it. This particular last question I gave you guys, please try it because we are going to be making use of something like this in the future. Let's try it. So let's talk about Alignment. Let's talk about alignments. Now, alignment is just the way you aligned your text, you aligned your designs, how they are being arranged is what they call alignments. Now, this is frame. Now, let me introduce something quick. Now, websites have different frame. Websites they have their own frame. So now, if you just click on F, you can see you are trying to select frame. Now, look at this right. You see different frames. You have the phone, the phone frames. We are going to be having Android. Let's click on this iPhone 16. Click on iPhone 16. You can see the size screen for the frame for iPhone 16 will come out. See, this is the size for iPhone 16. For those people who are creating mobile app design, this is how it looks like. Let's check another one again. F, just click F. Let's check for 13. Let's click on 13. Let's see how 13 looks like. See 13. Let's check on this one. I think this one, iPhone SE is smallest. Yes. So these are different frames. So you can choose to use any frame you want if you are into mobile design, mobile app designing, or you are trying to design your website to show how it's going to look like in your mobile view. They used to call it mobile view. So, but basically, what we are going to be working on most times is web. We are going to be working on web most times. So for web, just click on F, the same procedure. You will see desktop. Click on desktop. So this is the standard one we use. Standard one we use is desktop 1440. This is it. Desktop 1440 by 1020. This is what you are going to be using. But can you choose to use any of this frame? Let's see this MacBook. Wow, this MacBook is very big. But most times this is the standard one we use. This desktop one 1440. So you can choose to go. You can pick any one you want. Any one of your choice, though. You can pick any one of your choice. But for me, I make use of desktop. So now what this frame is trying to tell you that this is this is how your laptop screen looks when you open your website. This is just the frame. Now, one of the tips I would like you to know as well is when you're adjusting your frame, don't adjust from this edge like this. Don't adjust like this. Do you understand? Don't resize like this. For desktop frame, you can only resize the height. You can only increase the height. You can only increase the height. You can only increase the height or decrease the height. But don't stretch like this. Don't. Are we together? Don't forget when you are creating a proper website design, don't stretch your frame. After you have selected your frame, don't stretch it like this. I told you you can either adjust or reduce. This is the only thing you can do here. And you can actually use it adjust. You can just come down here to you see this width and height. So let me return this to 1440. This is the initial standard of the width. So this one now you can just come here and say plus 200 or plus 500. Let's see what will happen. Plus 500 inside. You can come here and say minus 200. Minus 200. You can see it's reducing. You can come here and say divide by 10. See, to be looking very small. So whatever thing you want to do here, you are free to what 2000. This is how 2000 look like. So whatever mass you want to do here, you can do it minus 1000. You can see. So this is how you use your desktop. So now let's talk about alignment so fast, so quick. Now there's one thing they used to call alignment. Let me do something. Let me write something. Okay, let me use lorem. Let me use lorem ipsum. Let me use lorem ipsum. Let's see. Control. Let me write. Let me just write 10 sentence. Okay, this is 10 sentence, but it's too far. It's too far. Let's reduce it. Let's make it. This thing is too long. Let me reduce it. I should have just speak. I should have just speak. You can see it's adjusting automatically. So this is what I just put. So now we are going to be talking about alignment currently. Alignment. Now, this text that you are seeing, this text like this. So this text you are seeing, if you notice now, this text is aligning what? Left. All of these are text now is aligning left. Now let's bring it to this place. All of these text now they are what? Aligning right. Let's move it like this. Now this text is what? This is top. This is top. Now this is what? Alignment bottom. Now there's another thing I want you to take note of. And I'll be asking you people if this alignment is proper. If this alignment is proper. Let me duplicate this. Now, good. Let me leave it here. Let me leave it here like this. Good. Let me duplicate this. Let me increase this frame. I'm just trying to cite to see if you guys understand what's meaning of alignment. Let me just too much. It's too much. Let me reduce it. Let me zoom. So now let's look at this. Now let's look at this screen properly. Is this text properly aligned? That was my question. Is this text properly aligned? I need to get an answer. Is this text properly aligned? That was my question. Is this text properly aligned? Is this text properly aligned? That's the question I'm asking you guys. Is this text properly aligned? If it is yes, just type yes. If it's no, just type no. No? Okay. Wait again. Is this text properly aligned? If it is no, just tell me no. If it is yes, just tell me yes. Same thing for shape. It's not just, it does not just have to do with same thing for shape. Same thing for shape. Yes. Even shape too. Good. And is this shape properly aligned? Is this shape properly aligned? Is it just Joshua that is in this class? Is it just Joshua that is in this class? Is the shape properly aligned? No. Joshua said no, which is actually correct. These texts are not properly aligned. Now, when you design something, when you are trying to design something and you didn't align it very well, that's one of the first things people will notice and they will call it a bad design. So now for you to align this one has to move to where this one starts. This one too has to move to where this one started. You can see now this text is what properly aligned. You see this one now looks better. That's what we call alignment. This is what we call alignments. They are all aligned to the what? Left. You can see they are all aligned to the left. Same thing with this shape. Now you can just come, let's align it. Good. You can see now they are what? Properly aligned. So this makes a what? A good design. This is one of those things you need to be taking note of when you are designing. Make sure your texts are properly aligned. Let's assume you want to align center. Let's assume you want to align center. This is one. So this is two. So you can align center. There's a whole lot to learn from this course. This is how you align center. This is just an ordinary text. This is just an ordinary text. So you can see now all the texts are what middle. So this is actually good. It's not when you put something middle, then you come here and put this one left. It might be looking fine, but it actually render it bad as a bad design. Are we together? So there's always consistencies when you are designing. There should be room for consistency. If your text are aligned left, make sure it's left. If it's right, make sure it's left is right. Are we together? So that's one thing about alignment. This is alignment. This is actually another way of alignment. You can still come here and just you can see 1, 2, 3. They are properly aligned as well. So depend on how you want to arrange it. Let me duplicate. Good. Okay. Let me, so let me properly align. You can see this is what good alignment. Let's duplicate this too. I've told you how to copy more than one. Just click on this one, hold your shift key and click on the second one. If you want to highlight everything, click on the third one, click on the fourth one. You can see now I can move everything. I can move everything. So let me just move it. Let me move it here. And Control D, let me duplicate and just drag it out. So I can just choose to select this two and delete. Now just select all of this. I'm still talking about the alignment as well. So this is center. I've aligned this center. You can see that these shapes, they are what's properly aligned. Are we together? So this is what we call alignment in design. This is what we call design. So another thing we are going to be looking at is we have discussed contrast, we have discussed styles, we have discussed fonts, we have discussed alignments. This is what I'm talking about, alignments. So another thing we are going to be looking at is auto layout. Now, there's something I want you to understand. When you are grouping, let's assume we want to group these 4 objects together. Let's assume we want to group these 4 objects together. So those of you still using auto frame selection, now there's what they call auto layout. So which is what I'm going to be teaching you guys on Friday. Basically, strictly, we are going to be doing auto layout all through. Is one of them, like one of the core this thing I need to teach you guys. So auto layout. Now that's how you use your you create your alignment. So let's do a practical. Let's practicalize something. This is frame. Let's bring in a frame selection. Good. So this is your frame. Now let's add a text. See, let's put it here. Let's write SDH. This is SDH. Let's put it here. Then let me duplicate it. All right, home. Let me duplicate it. Service. Let me duplicate it. Control D to duplicate. Home. FAQ. Then what again should I add? About. Okay, I think. Then let's create another one again. The last one. Let's put it here. Sign up. This is sign up. Good, good, good. So then next week I'm going to be teaching you um what's it called, text formatting. Every It's not every text that you use and the sizes. All texts have different sizes to use. So this SDH is going to be our logo. It's going to be our logo. So most times when I'm designing, I always leave it at 100. Like my zoom, I always leave my zoom to be at 100 so that I'm able to see what I'm really doing. So let me leave it like this. So if here is 30, this place is not supposed to be 30. Let's make it let's make it 28. I mean no, 28 is a little too big. Let's make it 18. Let's make it 18. Let me make it all of them 18. 18. And this one is even too big. This is 24. And let me still give it 18. Good. So now this is what everybody is going to try. Now what you are going to do is you are going to frame them together. You notice this one, this one, and this one. They are in one category. Then this one is a logo. This one is the CTA. CTA means call to action button. This is your TCTA, call to action button. So now, what you are going to be doing is you are going to group one, two, three together. So now, first of all, you select one, hold your shift key and select the next one. Select this, and press A. Shift A. You see, they'll tell you auto layout added. Auto layout added. That's what you're going to see. So let's name the frame as nav bar or nav link. Let's name it as nav link. So I just group these two together now. These two, all these ones like this, I've grouped them together. You see, when you click on it, you see 1, 2, 3, 4. These four things, they are all linked together. They are linked together. So I don't know if you understand what I just did here. I don't know if you understood what I just did. They are not aligned. Okay. I think it's only Joshua that is following me in this class. Wow. We have the rest been too. Okay. So Joshua, were you able to understand what I just did on that frame? This frame I just did. Were you able to understand what I just did here? I created this text. I duplicated them by renaming them like this. Then I hold on Shift and I selected the four of them, click the four of them, and I pressed Shift A. Shift A is to add auto layouts. Framing, like Shift A, just as if you are framing them, but this time around you are giving them a responsive. Yeah, you are making it responsive. When you add an auto layout to your design, it makes your work responsive. So that's what we just did. Or you can just click on. Let me remove. Let me remove it. Or you can just do it this way. When you have selected all this like this, 2, 3, you have selected it, right click and just click on frame selection. Click on frame selection. What happened? Click on frame selection. Okay, let's join them together. Then right click, frame selection. Then you name it 1, 2, 3, 4. Name it now link. But this time around, you notice we have not added auto layout. So if you are even trying to stretch it, if you are trying to work more on it, it's going to stress you. So let's leave it for now. Then let's add this one together. Then now you add this one, click on this one. You know you have joined this one in one place now. Now let's add the sign up together. Oh wait, okay. Let's do it this way. Click on this, click on this, then put it in a frame. Right click, frame selection. Then you have joined these two together in a frame. Then now add this one to the last frame. Right click and frame selection. You can see we just added all of this in a frame. That's what we just did. We have added all of this in a frame. Then let's add a fit color. Let's add a fit color. Let's see. Let's fill it with a color. Let's see how it's look. Let me fill it with this color. Yeah. Let me fill it with this color. So you can see when you fill it with this color, this is how it's going to be looking at. This is how it's looking. I'm just giving you a rough sketch. We have not literally started working on it. I'm just giving a head up of what is going to be looking at. So let me just detach. Let me just detach it. So detach is just on group. It's the same thing as on group. Right click on group. So this is what we have here. This is what we have here. So this is how to start creating all of this from scratch, or like from basics. Then we have let me see what again. So practically tomorrow we are going to start working on auto layout, creating buttons. That's what you are going to be doing on Friday. Sorry, Friday, yes. Okay, good. So on Friday we are going to be working on strictly on auto layout. So you can go ahead and practice this, what we just did today. Let's have a recap of what we just did. We did we did this is what we did. We did the assignments together. I've told you what to do here. Create your shape, use change it to different shape of what you want. Same here, this is your text. I told you guys that this text can just make use of any random text. And I told you guys, showed you guys how to do this one as well. Create your frame, rename your frame. Here I even said Mr. instead of my. Let me correct it. Why? Then here, how to create shadows. Then this place, how to use ChatGPT to get different websites, different industry. Was it? Let me just duplicate this. Yes, let me duplicate this and name it banking. It's always good to always make your work neat. Banking industry. So let's just finish this one at once. Banking industry. Let's go back and copy banking. Banking. Copy this. Let's do for the banking, then we call it a night. This is the first one. Comes to field. This is the second one. Let's check the third one out. So this is the third one. This is the third one. Good. So let's check out the secondary color. Let's check out the secondary color. This is just what I wanted you guys to do. This the second one, secondary color. Like I told you, primary and secondary color, those are the two major colors. Every company you see, every of company you see, they have their brand color, they have what they call brand identity. So from your brand identity, can you be able to get your color? You understand? So you don't just go and start creating a project without having its primary color. Like MTN, you notice, you know that MTN primary color is what? Yellow. Airtel and their primary color is what? Red. Airtel, their primary color is red. Etisalat is green. Blue, no, blue is green. Etisalat too is kind of darker green. Blue is lighter green. No, so this is for this is just what I want you guys to do for me. This is it. You can see it's very very simple. Very very simple. I can't lie. So let's rename this. Let's rename this to bank. Let's rename it to banking. This one too. You know why it's still showing this thing? Because I actually duplicated it. So even the title is going to come along with it. So if you don't want to change the title, banking industry secondary column. So always learn to name your frames. Make sure you always get adopt to whatever thing you did with your frame, whatever design you did with your frame. Always learn to name it to make your work neat. Make your work very very neat. So this is just what I was expecting. So you can still go ahead and try it out and perfect uh your color. You can see we're having fine colors here, which goes a long way. So that's all for today. So tomorrow on Friday we're going to basically talking about auto layout, strictly on auto layout. That's when the major design will start from. So because I believe it's only when you know how to do auto layout, that's when you know you have proper hint of knowing what you are literally doing. So we are going to be ending today's class. So those of you that are lost, those of you that missed the class, you can go back here and watch. So I'm going to be dropping aside after this. It's going to be very very simple, something related to what I just taught today. So do you have any question? If you have any question, just go ahead and type it on the chat box. Go ahead and type it on the chat box if you have any question, or if you want to ask something not really related, you can just go ahead and drop it on the chat box. If you want to drop a voice note, you can drop it on the WhatsApp group, on the Pro WhatsApp group. Yes, you can just drop your voice notes there, or you can send me direct or private DM. Let's see how we can go about it together. Any question? Any question? Do we have any question before I call it a night? I always told you our class is just going to be 1 hour. Most times I even spend 1 hour 30 minutes extra. So you see. So do you have any question? Joshua, try to do those things we did today. How to use ChatGPT to get industry colors and stuff like that. This person is not in the meeting. Mohammed Bala is not in the meeting. Okay. Okay, that's great. No question for now. Just feel free if you have any question. I just want you guys to have the basic of what design looks like before we start designing properly. You understand? Probably if I encounter any problem while we're doing my assignment, I will DM you. No problem. My DM is always free. My DM is always free. As long as if you drop me a message, I'll see it. I'll definitely see it. Definitely. So any other question again? Isaac, did you use your system today or you just watch then later you practice? Any other thing? Any other thing before we call it a day? So I'll end the class now. Thank you guys for joining. Joshua, Idowu, Oliver, and Co. So see you guys on Friday. Friday is going to be very, 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 very productive class. Please let's try to join early. We are going to be teaching auto layouts. And the truth is that if you can beat auto layouts in design, you won't have any issues. You understand? So that's what some people not tell you. You will be hearing people saying auto layout, they're scared of auto layouts. It's not really something to be scared of. So I'll advise on Friday, have your system with you so that as I'm practicing, as I'm doing it, you are doing it as well. So then later you can go ahead and try it on your own as well. So whichever way that comes for us. So today's teaching we did color, styling colors and alignments, these are particle alignments. Yeah, this is alignments I was talking about. Then this is just we aligning our nav. You can see it's aligned straight. So tomorrow, Friday will continue from where we stop. Then that's how we start stepping up. If you have free time, you can go to YouTube and watch random beginners videos. Start somewhere. Understand? So that you don't need to just don't bank on one mentor. Just learn, keep learning, keep pushing randomly. You learn randomly before you know, boom, you are good at it already. So that's all for today. That's all for today. These are just some of the cool designs. Very soon I'm going to be dropping some designs for you guys to do to redesign. I will give you guys the material. You go ahead and redesign. This is just one of my design. Let me share it with you guys. This is just one of my design. Did you see? This is just one of my design, which I'm going to be sharing with you guys very soon to design as an assignment. So just get ready. Just get ready. That's on Friday. That's what I'm going to be teaching you guys. After I've taught you guys how to use auto layout, I will give you some work to redesign. You can see this is not an image. This is all designs. You can see everything is clickable here. It's not image. It's not image. So I believe with time you will get to understand how fun it is to design. Designing is always fun. This design was when I was learning a lot of error here, which I can't even make for now. The spacing is too much. I'm going to be teaching you guys spacing. Yes, spacing. The spacing here is too much. It's now I'm seeing my error. You can see this is not properly aligned. This is not properly aligned. Let me see. Let me check it out. This is not properly aligned. So that was all for today. We're going to be see you guys on Friday. So that's the end of today's class, which I'm ending the live stream now. So see you guys. Take care.